Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today for today's episode of Cannabis in Movies. Today's episode is going to be about the movie Pineapple Express. Before we get started, I just want to, I don't know if it's an announcement, but I just want to make things clear with everyone. I recently got a comment on one of the videos I made. It's like a black and white video talking about how cannabis helps me and heals me, and that I'm a medical cannabis patient here in California. So it was kind of like a silent film. It was black and white, and I tried to put notes on there, up there, talking about all the different reasons why I use it. If you watch it on a big screen on your television or something, you might not see those little, notes on the side. But anyway, someone commented on that video, and they were very, it seemed like they were very, maybe angry about that video because they had a very traumatic experience with cannabis. I replied to that person saying I'm sorry that that was your experience, and that the videos that I make and why I make these videos, Cannabis in Movies, and that short black and white video, is just to let people know that it's not for everyone. There are people out there that it does help, okay? And I'm not saying that it's a cure-all and a wonder herb for everybody. For me, prescription pills don't work for me. I have acid reflux, and swallowing pills and things like that, I don't like that. So instead of using pain pills for my arthritis, in my knees and my ankles, I use cannabis instead. I also consume cannabis because I make edibles, like in cookies, brownies, whatever, what have you. So it helps for me, and I'm sorry it didn't work for you and you had a hard time with it. It's not always that way with everybody. There's some people that just don't need it, I don't think. I don't think their body requires that. This is just my opinion, okay? I do think that some people require that amount of THC in their system. If you want to learn more about this, it might sound ridiculous to you because this kind of information isn't on regular public TV and movies either, about the benefits of cannabis and how certain people need more of it than others. So do your research, and I'm going to do more research too and bring forth more information to you. Now that I've got my medical cannabis recommendation, and I received it in May of this year, so on Cinco de Mayo. But anyway, this is my medical cannabis recommendation. This is it right here. Get it closer. See my name, Trina Sandress. So that's my recommendation. I went to a doctor that specifically deals with cannabis and the healing of cannabis, and they already know what it does for you. And I told them my condition, all the things I have, not just my ankles and my arthritic knees, but also my PTSD, social anxiety, all kinds of other things that have going on with me. But I'm not like, what I'm saying is that it helps me. It helps me out. I use it as a tool, just like anything else. If I'm feeling like I'm sluggish, my digestive system is sluggish, I eat more greens, I eat more fruits. So I consider cannabis in that way. It's a supplemental thing that I use every day. And if that, I'm sorry that it didn't work out for you. It's okay if you don't like it. But I do think that it should be accessible to those who do need it and do want to use it to help them to heal and to help to supplement whatever other things that they're doing to keep themselves healthy. So I'm sorry about your experience. I really am. It touched me when I saw that comment. I thought, yeah, I'm sorry. That seems like that would have been a very, very horrible experience. So yeah, sorry about that. I do want to let people know, though, that's why I'm doing these videos. is for that reason, to educate people about it. And through the process of educating people more about cannabis, I'm feeling more confident to reach out and find out more information myself. So, anyway, without further ado, here's the cannabis review for today on Pineapple Express. So, Pineapple Express came out in 2008. It's rated R. It stars Seth Rogen and James Franco. Seth Rogen helped write the movie. Also, I keep forgetting that guy, the other guy's name, that actor that I find really funny. Danny McBride, which people probably know from, I think that show's called Eastward Bound. I think I only saw one episode of it a long time ago. And then there's Rosie Perez, which everybody knows Rosie Perez. Gary Cole, which I always forget his real name, but I just know him as Lundberg from the movie Office Space. So, yeah, Pineapple Express. There's an urge in me to want to tell, like, do a narrative of the whole story. And you know how I say in the other videos that I really don't like doing narratives or doing this is what happened in the middle and the end type of thing. Because in these cannabis movies, they go all over the place. Watch enough of them, you'll see that. So, I think also, too, that could be that they're trying to show how scatterbrained that the people that use cannabis are, but that's not true. You know, you can be spaced out even without cannabis. Okay. Just ask several people that take, like, regular prescription drugs. I mean, for these really severe conditions. But anyway, so basically what Seth Rogen is he's like, what did they say he was? He was a process server. Basically, he goes to people and, like, you've been served type of deal. He smokes pot. His dealer is James Franco. Okay, here's the names of the characters. There's Dale Denton, which is Seth Rogen, and then there's Sal Silver, which is James Franco. I don't remember, you know, it's like when I watch these movies, sometimes I don't remember the names of the main characters. I just keep remembering, like, the actors' names. It's funny. Just with these cannabis movies, not in the other movies. So, yeah, this movie was interesting. It showed the day in the life of Dale Denton. He's a process server, like I told you. His cannabis dealer is, you know, that guy. The guy is just like a slacker. He, you know, well, he's not really a slacker. I mean, he sells cannabis. That's his job. Some people have that as a job. That's what they do. So anyway, they show him in this apartment building, and he's making this big production about some sort of cross weed or something, cross joint or something like that. This movie was filled with a lot of laughter and craziness. I mean, a lot of times they did go way overboard. The way overboard parts, I could say, would be when it's just like the innuendo talk for me. Like when they were captured by these drug dealers and stuff, and they were taken to this warehouse. At least Sal was taken to the warehouse, and then Dale had to go and rescue Sal from the warehouse. And then when he gets in there to get him, they end up both, like, handcuffed and in some room, of course. Because, you know, like, stereotypical things that they say about cannabis users, that they, like, end up in these dangerous situations and, hey, how did I get here? So anyway, they're both, I get to the point, they're both in this room. And what I'm talking about is they went too far, is where they're, like, their talk, there's this nasty talk, making it seem like they were, like, gonna, like, have sex or something. It was weird, just the innuendo talk. And that's kind of went throughout the movie a bit. I think they kind of, like, go a little too far with that. You know, like they're gonna start getting it on or something. It's just weird. Anyway, You know, and yeah, so. But the movie was, it was ridiculous and funny. There was a lot of funny spots in there. The guy I told you about, Gary Cole, who plays, he's a drug dealer also. And then there's Rosie Perez, who's like this, you know Rosie Perez, of course. But in the movie, she's playing this policewoman, and she's supposed to be all hardcore and stuff. And the, but they obviously have a love interest there. They like each other. So anyway, I mean, it's just like all this random stuff going on. Like I've noticed, you know, just from watching all of these movies with cannabis in them, it's just like all over the place. You know, one moment they're focusing on this, and then this, and this. So short attention span is what it is. It's just all over the place. I mean, it's almost like each movie tries to outdo the next year by year, these cannabis movies, and always trying to incorporate that kind of Cheech and Chong-esque kind of vibe to it to some degree. I mean, like when they went to that character, the character that what's his name, Danny McBride plays, they went to his place, you know, and it was just like really, it was just really weird and stuff, and he was really eccentric and, you know, making a birthday cake for his cat who's dead, or what the hell? You know, it's like these characters that they come up with, they didn't have to have been smoking cannabis in order to be this twisted and weird. Because I tell you one thing, most of the people that smoke cannabis that I know, or even eat edibles for that reason, you know, they're not that crazy. They're just like regular, everyday, normal people walking down the street that you see. So you can't, like, you know, you can't spot someone who smokes cannabis. Even if the whites of someone's eyes are red, they could have allergies, they could have a cold, you know. So anyway, this movie, I don't know, the movie went so fast, it was like a whirlwind. It was, I mean, they describe it through Wikipedia as like a stoner action comedy. So yeah, that's accurate. They're always nonstop comedy. The whole warehouse, there was a warehouse that was filled with cannabis in it, and they just like